Hello, going to see the topic of restaurant. So let's begin. First, we have the different food that we can find in a restaurant. For example, we have a soup. Here you can see that is a liquid dish that is served hot. Then we have a salad where we have some vegetables on it. And then normally, after you eat the soup and salad, you eat the main course. Okay, you eat the main course that in Spanish will be like plato fuerte. Okay, here you normally eat fish or meat. Then after you finish the main course, you can have a dessert that it could normally is something sweet like a cake, a dessert. Then we have a type of food that is fast food, like hamburgers and pizza and tacos here in Mexico. This is fast food, okay? That it's prepared quickly. Then you have, here we have this type of meal that is a breakfast. That is what you eat normally at the beginning of the day, like some eggs with bacon and coffee. Then we have some drinks that is, well, what you drink. It could be a lemonade, it could be soda, it could be water. Very good. So these are the different types of food and drinks. Then in the table, this is the table where you put your food. In the table, we have some objects like a plate where they serve you your food. Then also in the table, you can find salt and pepper. Okay, these condiments so that you can give a different flavor to your food. Then we can also find a glass. A glass is the recipient where you pour your drink, okay? Glass. And then you use these elements to eat. You use a fork, there's a fork, a knife, this is a knife that you use to cut something, and a spoon that you use, for example, to eat your soup. Then in your table, maybe you can find also a candle. Normally, if it is a romantic dinner, you can have candle and flowers. Okay, like this one to decorate the table. And also in some restaurants, they put a table napkin that is reusable. Okay, very good. Then the people who are in a restaurant normally are, well, obviously the chef, that is the one who prepares your food, chef. Then the person who brings you the food is either a waitress or a waiter. A waitress is if it is a woman, okay? Takes your order, then gives you your food, and then asks you for the money to pay. And a waiter is the same, but only if it is a man. Again, this person takes your order, then brings your food and asks you to pay. Then commonly in a restaurant, there is a cashier. That is a person who you have to pay the food. Okay, maybe you give the money to the waiter or the waitress, and then they give the money to the cashier, and then the waiter or waitress take your change back to you. Okay, and finally, obviously, the most important person in a restaurant is the customer. Okay, the person in a restaurant that eats is the customer, the one that is paying. Okay, so for example, if you go to a restaurant to eat, you are the customer. Okay, very good. Finally, when you are going to pay, they give you a bill. Okay, that in Spanish will be cuenta, la cuenta. This is the bill where they describe everything you order, the price of uh, each thing that you order, and the total amount that you have to pay. Normally they give you some candies, right, with your change. Then we have a credit card that is an option to pay for your food, credit card. And it's very common that in the restaurant you leave a tip, okay, that in Spanish will be propina. Okay, a tip that you give for the good service that the waitress or the waiter gave you. Okay. Then in a restaurant, we also have a menu where they tell us all the food and drinks that they offer with their prices. And also, normally they sell bottles of wine, bottles of champagne, depending on the restaurant you go to. Okay, very good. If you need help with any of these jobs, please send me a message. Don't forget to take notes about this exercise for the exercise number 2 about this topic. All right, now let's practice this. Please open your workbook on page 19, and this will be the exercise number 3. Here we have the words we just saw, but they are scrambled. You must scramble them to write the correct words. For example, here we have this word that clearly is the word bill. So you're gonna write it here, bill. Like this, continue with the rest of the words. All right, if you finish, let's move on to the exercise B. Here we have the definitions of the people and objects we can find in a restaurant. You must match the words with the correct definition. For example, the first word is soup. And we know that a soup is a liquid dish typically of meat, fish, or vegetables. A liquid dish. Very good. Please continue with the rest of the words, and when you finish, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next class. Goodbye.